Welcome to Talk About Coaching with us, Sheri Boone and Jamie Tenzer. We spend our days talking about coaching as we train and mentor coaches, and we've been doing this for over 20 years. We even talk about coaching when we're just chatting with each other. So we thought, why not record our chats and share them with you? Our goal is to share our expertise to help you on your journey to become a better coach. And we'll share ideas that you can take and try on to see if they work for you. We hope you'll find value, and if there's a topic you'd like us to talk about, please let us know. We can be reached at coachcachet.com. That's CoachCachet.com. We hope you'll enjoy today's Talk About Coaching.
Hello, Sheri.
Hi there, Jamie.
How are you doing this day?
Pretty well. How about you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Well. I'm looking at this competency that we're going to be talking about, and at first I was thinking, what can we talk about this? And as we're digging deeper in here, I see that there are many tentacles actually to this this competency. So it's under facilitates client growth. 8.3 acknowledges and supports client autonomy in the design of goals, actions, and methods of accountability.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first thing that jumps out at me is that there are two pieces. One is acknowledging and the other is supporting client autonomy. And then the other thing that jumps out at me is design of goals, actions, and methods of accountability. In other words, design of goals seems like its own standalone item there. And then actions and methods of accountability. So I think we have a lot to unpack here.
All right.
Yeah. So as I was thinking about this, I was thinking client autonomy, there are times when I'm mentoring a coach, they will do something like give their client homework. And we have a conversation about that. Is that really acknowledging and supporting client autonomy? And I wonder, what are your thoughts about that? How do you handle that?
Yeah. So when I think of homework or giving homework, it goes back to the old days of when I was in school, long, long ago, right? And the teacher would give you homework to take home and do, and it was assigned by the teacher. So that word homework to me, if it's coming from the coach, that doesn't really fit with the model that we want to, adhere to, which is that the client is responsible and whole and in charge of their own, their own focus, their own goals, their own actions. So when I think of client autonomy, it would never be that wouldn't fit with being assigned homework by their coach. So that's sort of the overall picture I have of that. So if I ever, if I hear a client if I hear a coach saying that to their client, here's your homework, that's definitely something we talk about. It's not your role, really. I don't believe it's their role a coach's role to assign homework for their client. But rather, what is it that you want to do between now and the next time we meet? What will you be taking forward? How will you be, putting this to action or to practice? So it's not about assigning homework. That's how I feel about it. How about you? How do you feel?
Well, I agree. And as you were talking, I was thinking about how what you said really encompasses acknowledging and supporting, because it's the client and the coach both acknowledging once again and throughout the session that the client is in charge of what's going to happen, not only during the session, but after the session. And then the supporting part is those great open questions that the coach can ask,
Mm-hmm.
about how are you going to do this and what's important for you and
Right.
all of that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
And then the designing of goals, which I see as more of it's kind of a larger conversation. So actions and methods of accountability seem very much something, maybe a smaller conversation towards the end of a session, where the client really makes a decision about how to move forward. But designing goals, it lives at a very broad level in coaching, and it also can be within a session. So how do you see that concept of designing goals?
Well, as you say, it can be both, right? It can be in the larger context of working with a client initially, the beginning of a coaching engagement, right? Or coaching package or something to design specific goals that the client wants to achieve over time or through that, through that coaching engagement. That's the larger picture of goals. But then also within the session itself, what are the goals for that particular session? Or for something that the client might take away from a particular session. What are those goals? So it's I think talks about or refers to both of those areas really.
Mm-hmm. And again, acknowledging and supporting is both are a part of any of those conversations, because even as we contract with a client, let's say for a series of sessions and look at designing goals for those sessions, that's where we sort of set up this idea that the client is empowered to choose what are their goals and what makes it important for them to have those goals and what is the broader idea for the
Mhm.
client, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
nice. All right, great. Well, I think we did it. I think we did what we can do.
I think this was a good conversation about this particular competency. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
absolutely.
All right.
All right. Talk to you next time.
Thanks, Jamie.
Okay,
Bye.
bye. We hope you're taking away a nugget or two that you want to try on as you coach your magnificent clients. As always, we invite your comments at coachcachet.com. Once again, that's COACHCACHET.com.